Question number 9 shows a set of data, and then for part A, we need to calculate the mean, interquartile range, and standard deviation of the above distribution. When doing this kind of questions, I strongly recommend you to use the calculator to help you, because the mean is still fine, but the standard deviation, the equation, the formula to find the standard deviation is very long, and you need to calculate one by one. But if you use the calculator, you don't need to write the whole bunch of stuff. You press mode 4, and the first thing you do before you type in the data is press shift 9(1). That clears your statistic. If maybe you have typed some of the statistics before, so it helps you to clear your errors. Okay, first we type in the first set of data, which is 1, and the frequency we separate it by pressing shift and then press this comma, and we type the frequency, which is number of people, which is 2, and then press M plus this one, and we type the second data 2 shift comma 8. Okay, M plus 3 shift comma 8, M plus 4 shift comma 10. Okay, 5 6 7. Okay, after that you can press shift 2, and this one right here actually represents the mean, and you type 1 to show it. Press it, gives you 4.12, so we can write down the mean is 4.12, and then the standard deviation is shift to this one. This one represents the standard deviation, which is 1.61. If we round it to 3 significant figures, is 1.61. But we can't use the calculator to directly help us to find the interquartile range. We need to calculate it ourselves. So we first find the total number of people that has answered, which means the total number of datum. First, 2 people answered 1, so it's 2 right here. 8 plus 10 plus 12 plus 6 plus 4. Okay, now we get 50. So how do we know interquartile range is Q3 minus Q1, 50 datums, and then in the middle here is maybe the median, and then before okay, this actually is Q2. Before this one, we have 25 datums here. 25 datum. Okay, on the right hand side, we also have 25 datum. To find the Q1, we need to find the median from the first 25 datum. So it's actually the 13th datum. For the Q3, we actually need to calculate the median from the last 25 datum, which means we just add 13 to the 25 data before, on the left hand side of the median. So it's 13 plus 25, which is the 38th datum. shows us the Q3. With that, we can check which one is Q1 and which one is Q3. Starting from the left hand side, we got 2 people answered 1, 8 people answered 2, and okay, by here we already 10 people answered less than 3, and if the 13th datum will be lying somewhere here, which means Q1 is 3. First, we need to find the Q3 now. Q3 is the 13th datum, start counting from the right hand side. We have 4 here, 6, and the 13th datum start counting from the left hand side will be lying somewhere here, which is 5. So the interquartile range is just 5 minus 3, which is 2. For part B, it says one of the data has been inputted incorrectly, and the correct datum is between 1 to 7. Find the maximum and minimum possible values of the mean after making the correction. Okay, if we need to count the maximum possible mean, is equals to 4.12, which is the original mean, times 50. What I'm calculating here is the original total number of pairs of shoes owned by all 50 of the people who answered, and then plus, let us think about the least number of pair of shoes people have is 1, right? But actually maybe one of the people who answered 1 actually has 7 pairs of shoes, but for some reason they have the wrong data, which counts him into the 1, but actually he has 7. So he originally has 7, but we count him 1 minus 1, which means he actually has 6 more pairs than the original data. So that means we need to add 6 from the total number of pair of shoes, and we need to divide the total number of people again, which is divided by 50. We type it in our calculator, which is 4.24. Similarly, the minimum possible mean we find the total number of shoes again, but notice that maybe one of the person who owned 7 pairs of shoes in the data actually only owns 1 pair of shoes. So we over calculated the total number of shoes. We need to minus plus 1 and then minus what is typed wrongly, what is inputted wrongly, and divide this by 50. Okay, let our calculator do the work. We get the minimum possible mean is 4.